Hey, third grade. Mr. Santella back with this week's second step lesson. To quickly review, empathy. That's what this whole unit is about. Empathy is feeling or understanding what someone else is feeling. Compassion, which we do a lot here at STEM Lab, it's one of the four C's. Compassion is empathy in action. So when you are being compassionate for someone, you're also being empathetic for someone. Quick review of the last three lessons. We have talked about identifying others' feelings, so being that feelings detective by using their facial expressions, their body language, the words they say, to really figure out how they're feeling in a certain moment or situation. We also talked about understanding perspectives, how if you can look at someone else's perspective or their point of view, you can better understand why they're feeling what they are feeling. Last week, we talked about conflicting feelings. So you can have conflicting feelings about the same event, right? We talked about going to a scary movie, right? You can have conflicting feelings. You might be excited to see a new movie, but you also might be a little nervous because it might scare you. Same situation, different feelings. That's okay. Everybody has conflicting feelings at some point in their life. And usually, just about every day, we have conflicting feelings over something specific. For example, today I brought my lunch to school. I made a protein shake, but I also really would like to go and get a burrito. So I'm having conflicting feelings about what I'm going to have for lunch today. One is healthy, one not so much. All right, here we go. Today's second step lesson is accepting and appreciating differences. This is a topic that is very, very near and dear to me. Super important, and I'm excited to get into this lesson with you. During this lesson, you will be able to name similarities and differences between people. You'll be able to predict how others will feel when teased because of their differences. So, how they look, their family, their culture, their habits, other things like that. After this lesson, you'll understand that having empathy helps you understand and appreciate how others are the same and different from you. You'll also understand that accepting, appreciating, and celebrating our differences is key to treating others with dignity and respect. And you'll also understand that accepting, appreciating, and celebrating our differences is key to building new friendships and making those existing friendships even stronger. All right, accepting and appreciating differences. Everyone, except identical twins, looks different. We're all different. We all look different. Regardless of anything, we all look different. But that's awesome. If everybody was walking around and everybody was identical, it would be so boring, right? We would know everything about everybody because everybody would be just like us. Anyways, everyone deserves to be treated with dignity. So, dignity is different than respect. Dignity is your right as a human to just be treated with kindness. Dignity is your worth. Everybody has the exact same amount of dignity. You're born with it, it's just given to you. It is your worth as a human. No matter what you believe in, if you think pizza is the greatest food of all time and someone else thinks that tacos are the greatest food of all time, you have a disagreement. That's okay. You still treat that person with dignity, no matter what. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter how much you have. It doesn't matter what you look like. Dignity is the same for everyone. We always treat people with dignity. Now, respect can be earned. Respect can also be lost. So, yes, we'd like to have people treat others with respect, but sometimes if they've done something really mean to you, you might not respect them, but you always treat them with dignity, no matter what. Dignity is 100% all the time. No matter what, you treat people with dignity. If someone has earned your respect, then you absolutely treat them with respect. All right? And the same for you. People should always treat you with dignity. They should honor your dignity as a human, as a person. And if you've done something to earn their respect, then they should treat you in a respectful manner as well. Talking about our differences is how we get to know, how we learn about, and celebrate each other's cultures and lifestyles. A lot of the time, people shy away from our differences. We don't want to talk about our differences. But that's not how you get to know people. When you talk about your similarities, well, that's awesome because that's something you have in common. But if you truly want to get to know somebody, you should talk about the differences you have. That's how you really get to know somebody. You already know what you have in common, so you already know that part of the person. Talking about differences is how we truly, truly build solid friendships and how we truly honor someone and their culture and their lifestyle and any habits they have, anything like that. Celebrating differences is an amazing, amazing thing. Accepting and appreciating our differences is key to building new friendships and making existing friendships even stronger. Today's story. So we're going to learn about two students who find something they have in common and learn to accept and appreciate their differences. Here are Yasaman and Olivia. Yasaman recently joined Olivia's third grade class. Now, I want you to look at this photo. What do you think are ways that Olivia and Yasaman appear different? Okay, so they wear different clothing. English is not Yasaman's first language. And Yasaman actually comes from another country, Iran. This is a sad thing, though. Sometimes Olivia laughs when other students tease Yasaman for being different. Why would some of the students laugh at Yasaman? Well, she's different. They don't understand how she acts, and they really don't understand her culture. They don't understand why she's wearing different clothes. They don't consider how she feels when they laugh at her. Do you think she's feeling good about it? No. So, how do you think she feels when these students tease her and laugh at her? She feels sad. She feels hurt. She feels embarrassed. This is a new school and a new community, a new country, a lot of new for Yasaman. So for her to come to school, which is a place where students come to feel safe and to feel loved and to feel cared about, and to have students treat her that way, that's got to be hard. Put yourself in her shoes. Look at it through her perspective, through her point of view. Teasing or laughing at someone because he or she is different is not treating that person with dignity or respect. All right, so look at the photo again and think about the ways the girls are similar. So what do they have in common? What is the same? Well, they're both in third grade. They're both doing art. They're both girls. Olivia notices that Yasaman is really focused on her art project. Olivia also enjoys doing art. She's interested in learning how to make the designs Yasaman is making. That is something they have in common. Now, think about how Olivia could get to know Yasaman even better. Now, I gave you some clues as to how we build those stronger, deeper friendships. Here are some suggestions. She could comment on her designs and tell her, wow, those are really neat. She could ask to learn how to draw the design. So she could ask Yasaman to show her how to draw what she's drawing. She could invite Yasaman to play with her at recess. She could also ask her more about her culture. those differences, right? She could ask her about the differences that they have as well. Think about how you make friends regardless of similarities and differences. This is a great opportunity for Olivia to learn more about Yasemon's culture and truly become her friend. Accepting and appreciating differences. Think about what Olivia could say to the other students at school if they tease or laugh at Yasemon again. Olivia could tell them that teasing hurts people's feelings and it's actually against the rules. She could also say that people deserve to be treated with dignity no matter what. Think about how you'd feel if you were being laughed at. And lastly, Olivia could say, well, Yasemon's culture is super cool, and I learned so much about her, and now we're friends. So she could model for them how you become friends with somebody. Another question for you. What can help Olivia and the other students feel or understand how Yasemon might be feeling? I want you to think back to the lessons we had before this one. She could use clues to figure out how Yasemon might be feeling. So being that feelings detective, looking at Yasemon's body language, looking at her facial expressions. They could also try to view the situation from Yasemon's perspective. They could think about, if I was Yasemon, how would I feel if people were teasing me about just being different? And remember, everybody's different. Everybody's different. Even if you have a brother or a sister, you're different from your brother or your sister, right? So everybody is different. If people are picking on everybody because they're different, then they would be picking on everybody. That's not how it works. We appreciate our differences. We talk about them to build those stronger friendships. Last, have empathy. And if you do those last two steps, you're a feelings detective and you're using perspective, you have empathy. So if they had empathy for Yasemon, then they probably would not be teasing her. Remember, having empathy helps you understand things from someone else's perspective. This helps you accept and appreciate others' differences. And when we're accepting, appreciating, and celebrating people's differences, we're making amazing friends and we're treating them with dignity and respect. Today you learn that accepting, appreciating, and celebrating people's differences is the best way to treat them with dignity and respect. Today you learn that talking to people about your similarities and differences is a great way to make new friends and make existing friendships even stronger. Today, you named similarities and differences between people. Today, you predicted how others might feel when being teased because of their differences. And today, you used empathy to think about others' feelings and advocate for them. Let's go ahead and listen to the empathy song.
In every situation, your feelings mean so much to you, but you know that you're not alone. There's other folks with feelings too. So when you get together, try to understand how they might feel, because they might have their own ideas with feelings that are just as real. Oh, empathy means feeling what others feel. You felt it too. Happy, sad, angry, glad. You notice it and you understand. Oh, empathy is feeling what others feel. You felt it too. Happy, sad, angry, glad. You notice it and you understand. That's right. Empathy means trying to understand how another feels. See the clues on a person's face, then wonder what's their point of view. The next step is compassion. That's being kind and finding ways to help a friend. That's easy when you understand. Oh, empathy means feeling what others feel. You felt it too. Happy, sad, angry, glad. You notice it and you understand. Oh, empathy is feeling
All right, scholars, that's all I have for today. So until I see you next week, have a great rest of your week. Bye.